And look how much brighter the room just got with the ring light on. Like, it's like 5 times brighter than the softbox. What's good, everybody? It's JayArUhCutz. Thanks for joining my channel. Today I will be showing you guys my newest purchase from my barber studio here at home in my garage, and that is my Neewer 18-inch ring lights that I purchased off of Amazon. They were on sale. I went ahead and pulled the trigger and bought them. Been sitting in my cart for a while now, but I finally bought them. As you guys can see behind me here, I've already set one of the ring lights up and the other one is in the box. So we're going to spend today's video setting up the other ring light, showing you step by step how I set it up.
It's the best time of my life.
Man, this feels amazing. Swear there's no replacement.
This the best time of my life.
My family keep me grounded and my God, it keep me stable.
So as you guys can see, I had the soft box. This is also Neewer as well. I bought these a long time ago. I've had these for almost a decade now, but they are much softer light. So I'm actually using it right now above me, which is what's giving me light in this GoPro footage right now. These are good for photography. However, for barbering, they tend to cast a big shadow because of the big square box. So as I mentioned, I've already set this one up. This is the Neewer ring light as it's on the stand. And as you can see, there's actually a little foam mount that comes with it. Thought that was pretty cool. I didn't have to purchase that separately. So it does get much higher than this. This is just the level that I have it at now. But I just want to give an example of the brightness of this thing compared to my softbox. So this is my softbox light. I got this up pretty high. You can see there's a pretty large bulb here, but it's still not as bright as this. So I'm actually going to take this off so you guys can see what it actually looks like. So we're going to do a quick brightness comparison just to kind of show you guys. So this is the softbox light. It is Neewer as well, the same brand. Unfortunately, it does not have a dimmer, so it's just one brightness. So watch your eyes. All right, so that is the softbox light. This is the softbox right here, which basically helps to reflect the light in different directions. So as you can tell, it's pretty bright, right? It's illuminating me pretty well. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn off my other softbox. So there's the softbox light, and that's how it's lighting me up. Now, what I'm gonna do is it's gonna get really dark. This has a dimmer on the back of it, and I'll show you as we're setting it up what that looks like close up. It does have a dimmer on it, which is a plus, but also I'll show you how much brighter it gets than this. I'm gonna turn the softbox off. It's gonna get dark. Now let's turn on the ring light. That's the lowest setting. That's not even the brightest. That's how bright the ring light gets. I love the fact that it's so bright. It literally lights up my whole garage. That's the dimmer, which is really nice. It's good for photography too. Look at that. See how it just lit up the whole room? So now the next part of this video is gonna be me setting the light up. So I have 2 lights. That was the first one. I set that up yesterday. Here's the second one. This is the box that it comes in. Light stand is under the light bag. I like how they put that in exclamation marks. I thought that was pretty funny. This is the bag that it actually comes in. So a securing case, which is really nice, is if you're happen to go somewhere and you wanted to take the ring light with you, you can fit everything in here. Once you disassemble it, you can fit it all in this little bag and take it with you if you're mobile. All right, so here's the box. But as you can see, it's right here in the case as soon as you pull it out, which is really nice because it's nice and organized. It shows you what it looks like in the case, and it's protected in the case. That means that they shipped it in this case, which is really nice to know that it's safe protected in that case. And then as it promises on the outside of the box, the light stand is on the inside of the box, which is in a little white box. Let's turn it upside down. And here you go. It says light stand. Okay, so here is the light stand, and it's already pretty much put together for you, which I really like. And it's showing you how it's already kind of like stored, which is almost inside out. Like the legs are pretty much flipped upside down, which is nice because if you go to travel with it in the bag, you can tell it should be able to fit in the travel bag. Well, first, what you want to do so you don't break anything is there's this little clamp right here that is a twist clamp. So untwist it, loosen it up, and then you should be able to pull these legs out like so. And this is actually how it stands. So as I mentioned, it's basically just inside out from the store. It's really nice. All right, so this is the stand. You want to tighten this back up so that the legs can stay put. Go. And then these are your 3 levels. So the bottom one you want to loosen first, and you'll be able to pull it up for the length of the bottom. I usually extend that as much as I can first and tighten it. And then the next one, loosen that one up. Try to get it as high as I can, tighten it. Just gotta check the height see how high it is. Your legs can also be narrower or wider, depending on how tall or what kind of space you need to fit it in. The more narrow you make it, the more likely it is to topple over because of the weight. I typically like to keep it a little wider. This is okay for now. We'll start with this. And as you can see, it's already up here like eye level, just by those two levels. But you still have a whole nother level to give it higher, which I'll just kind of demonstrate the height of that. So as you can tell, I'm about 5'10", so this is at least like 6'2", 6'3", maybe in height, and then the ring light goes even higher than that. So you get plenty of height out of this base, which is nice. Still have another piece, a couple pieces in here, and that is the phone mount. You'll need this in the little bag, and then this is also like an extended phone mount, so if you want to move the phone out from the spot that it's in just to make it longer. All right, so in the bag, so that was in the light stand box. So in the bag is your actual ring light along with some of the accessories. So let's open that up. It's actually a pretty decent bag. Like, it's not like a thin material, it's pretty thick. So you should have power. This is the AC power cord, and this is the adapter. This is the phone mount along with a remote, which is really cool. I'll put that with the other phone mount stuff. And then these are like the little like film covers. This is the white one, which is what we're going to use, and this is like the diffuser. The next thing that's in this bag is the actual ring light itself. This is what it looks like. It's actually very lightweight. You would think it's heavy, but it's not, because it is LED. So if you look at it, there's no like long white bulbs. It's actually small LEDs, which is really nice because this allows this to be much more lightweight. It's actually good thick plastic here. It's not like a thin little tiny plastic. It's actually pretty thick plastic that's really sturdy, so it's not going to break easily. And then here is the actual like dimmer pack that's on the back of it. So as you can see, there's a knob here to control turning it on. There's a little snap sound to turn it on, turn the dimmer all the way up, all the way down. It snaps back off, and then here's the actual power that power adapter connects to. So this is where the hinge is that allows you to connect it and move it around. And again, there's two more torque screws, or whatever you call these. And then this is where you actually put it on top of the stand. So this is the top of the stand, and then you just kind of put it on top of here, which I'll demonstrate that right now. And as you can tell, it's not gonna like go right on there right away, because there's a screw inside of here that tightens on top of that. So if you can see the screw, so this screw needs to be loosened pretty much all the way out, so where it's not sticking up so much. You can see that. There we go. So that way this can fit inside of there, like so. Bam. And then now you just tighten it so the screw puts some tension on top of that. And just want to get it nice and tight, not too tight. And as you can see, now it's holding the ring light. Look how tall it gets. And again, this is like chin level where the stand is, so this might actually be too tall. It's actually taller than the other stand is right now. So this, see, this is an 18-inch ring light, so it's pretty good circumference. Like, it's a big area. What I did on my other one is I put these little white film strips on there first. So that's the light that you saw when I was demonstrating was with the white. These are called diffusers. They diffuse the light so that the light isn't so harsh or hot. So this second knob here allows you to adjust the up and down motion. So if you want to like to angle it a little bit more, you could, or you can keep it straight up. Either way, however you want to angle it. If you loosen it, you can turn it side to side instead of moving the whole stand, because once you get the stand down the way you want it, with the legs the way you want it, you don't want to have to keep picking it up, moving around. I want to show you plugging up the power, because that's probably the most important part. So there's little bread ties that are on there. Let's take those bread ties off. Once you get the bread ties off, you can extend these cords out all the way. The first thing I want to do is plug in the AC adapter, which is the 3-prong that goes on this side of the box. Shove that in there. Next thing is to plug in the other side of this, which is this AC adapter, and that's what goes on the dimmer pack back of here. So this has like a little locking mechanism. There's a little notch right here on the end of this. Put it with the ends, goes in there, and then you just twist it to lock it. So that way, if somebody trips over the cord, or you trip over the cord and it doesn't yank right out, here's your dimmer. There's a white strip on the button that shows you where you're at. And as you can see from here, it actually shows on, off, and then there's the dimmer showing the brighter, lowest to brighter. So if I twist it, turn it on, and then turn it up, it'll turn up in brightness all the way to the brightest it can go. And then you come back, you'll hear a click, turning it off. So let's see what it looks like. Bam, let there be light. You saw that was a much harsher light than having the soft diffusers on. So I'm gonna actually show like A/B what it looks like with the diffusers. It's not a huge difference because they both get very bright, but I definitely want you to see the difference. Here's the soft one, still very bright. Here's without the soft. So as you can see, just kind of looking at the aura of this, there is much more light being spread out. And I can actually see from my view of the garage that more of the garage is getting a harsher light than there. So, and you can also see the LEDs much more detailed. You can't really tell from the camera, but those individual LEDs are highlighted more. So you can see the little dots a lot more without the soft diffuser. With the soft diffuser, it just kind of looks like one big light, whereas here it looks like more individual lights. And this, I'm talking about in person, because on the camera you can't really tell. The light is the light, but you can kind of see what's harsher and what's not, and you can kind of see how the light is spilling out as opposed to it being more concentrated here. So yeah, so there's a difference between having it on and not having it. I want to put them on because, you know, when my clients are sitting in the chair and I got these ring lights on them, I don't want them to feel like there's just a ton of light just blaring at their faces. I like to have conversation with my clients, and you know, and they have their eyes open some of the time if I'm not doing something around their eyebrows or, you know, brushing hair over them. I like to talk to them and stuff, so you know, their eyes are open, you know, most of the time when I'm cutting their hair, and as most barbers experience. I don't want this bright lights blaring on their face where they can't see anything. So I'm glad that they included these, and it's not like an extra purchase where I have to go and look for these separately. Now I'm sure you could probably find them separately if they were to break and you needed some new ones or something like that. Neewer is a big company, so if you know anything about lighting, Neewer's been around for a long time, and they also are kind of like the leading lighting companies for at-home use for streamers and things like that, especially for barbers. These ring lights, Neewer is kind of the leading manufacturer. So now we have our softbox on, and it's less of a spill out of light, and it's less of a harsh light on my subject. I am going to put on the phone mount, and I'll show you guys what that looks like as well. Here is the actual phone mount. So this is what it looks like. There's a little screw hole at the bottom here for you to put it on the actual ring light, and then this is a tension screw so that you can make this actual phone mount vertical or horizontal, which is nice. There's a nice little soft padding right here so your phone can sit there and it's not a harsh area for it to land. But in order to mount it on there, you need to use this piece. It's called a horseshoe mount, and this is kind of like what goes on top of a camera, like a DSLR camera, but there is a horseshoe mount on the actual ring light. So I'll show you what that looks like. So right here on the top of the dimmer pack, you'll see this little 2 grooves right here. That's where this horseshoe mount, this square horseshoe mount on the bottom of this, will have to slide into, and there's like a little like screwing mechanism right here to tighten it on there. So let's see if I can show you what that looks like. Basically, you want to find these grooves, and then you might have to like loosen this up to give it more of a gap in between here. Yep, there we go. It slides right in there, and then you just tighten that little screw at the bottom back up. And there you go. Now this is where you're going to put your actual phone mount. So this piece on the bottom, that's where that screw hole is. Now don't be confused, because there is a screw hole in the bottom here too, but that's if you wanted to directly put this on there. But this mount allows you to flip this horizontal or vertical. If you just use this, you wouldn't be able to move it down. So that's what this is for. So this right here goes on this screw hole, and so we're going to put this right on top of here. See, just twisting it around, bam, and you can still move the phone left and right. And this is the little remote. I have not set this up yet, but there are step-by-step instructions in the little Neewer pamphlet that show you how to set it up. So if you have this, you can use this to record your camera on your phone, because it has a little camera button there. So you can basically Bluetooth pair this to your phone, and then when you want to record, you can just hit this button. This is just an extender piece, and again, if you want to know exactly how to use it, you can follow the instructions in Neewer, but it's basically just an extender to the phone mount. So if you wanted this, you know, your phone to be sticking out as opposed to just sitting on the mount there, you can have that going. So now I have 2 of these. This is kind of just like extra parts. Unless you want to use them right away, you can. That's pretty much it. That is the Neewer 18-inch ring light. I will post the Amazon link. I'm not an affiliate yet, so it's not anything going towards me or anything. I just enjoy doing the reviews and helping out other beginner barbers that may be looking for a good light source for their home studio or for their setup in a shop, or whatever the case may be. If you're a shop owner and you're looking for a good product to use in your shop, definitely consider these Neewer 18-inch ring lights. They also make wall mounts for these, so you don't have to use the stand if you don't want to. You could just put the stand in the bag and use the wall mount that will go on the wall. So Neewer has their own brand of that, but you can use them on other universal brands as well. This is the Neewer 18-inch ring light. You guys see it, and you see how bright they are compared to my softbox lights. That's going to be plenty of light. It's lighting up my whole garage right now. It's gonna be plenty of light to see my clients in my chair. Super excited to use these in action. Let me know what you guys think about this. If you want to see more unboxing setup videos similar to this, let me know. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Peace. Stay tuned. Make sure you guys like, follow, subscribe, follow me on my beginner barber journey. As of the making of this video, I have 48 subscribers on YouTube. That's huge. I'm super thankful for that. Continue to subscribe, continue to share the channel. Much love. Peace.
This the best time of my life.
Man, this feels amazing. Swear there's no replacement.
This the best time of my life.
My family